Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and my weekly analysis video of the markets. So let's jump right in to the charts and let's see what happened. Um, I don't know if you remember or if you're new to this channel, I called for a top for the markets, the equity markets on, I think it was March 8th. So you can go back and review the videos, my weekly review videos, and it's there. And I pretty much said the same thing each week. Um, so go back and review that. But let's just go back here and let's see what happens. So this is S&P 500, the daily chart. So like I said, I called for the top. Um, I use Nasdaq as my indicator, the main index. So the S&P 500 did go a little higher. Let's see, March 8th would be right over here, which is this bar. 7th, 8th, this bar right here. So I called on this bar the top, but uh, I was using Nasdaq as my the main index to call on the top because technology drives pretty much markets nowadays. Everything is tech. Um, so let's see here. So as you can see, I mean, we had a huge now drop. That's exactly what I predicted, but we are not done by any means. So this is the daily chart. Um, we did hit a little support here. We bounced back. So we might see a little pullback. And on the weekly chart, we are sitting right at the 20-day moving average. It's the first time we've touched it. So a pullback is likely. But we did came down on it pretty hard. So and here's the monthly chart. So we still have um, about a week and a half or so left in the monthly chart. So but this 47 8 4800 or so will be acting as support. But let's go to Nasdaq, my main indicator. That's what I day trade. So let's just go back here. March 8th is this bar because this day also the previous day the contracts rolled over to the following um, quarter. Um, so as you can see, I called the top here. It tried to break it but did not close above it. And this bar kind of got me worried because um, we broke above the 20-day moving average, but the following day we just erased it. Then we retested at 20 and came back down, and I knew that we're going lower after that. So this is the daily chart. So again, we are sitting right at support here. Short-term support on the weekly chart. It's a little bit different. We broke through that 20-day moving average pretty hard. I mean, this is a very sizable bar. Um, so we might see pullback to, we might retest the 20-day moving average and come right back down. And the monthly chart, which is what I would like to see is close this monthly chart, monthly bar right at, I mean, this is going to be acting as support. So 16,500 or so, 400, 500. That would be probably right at 50% retracement, but this would be a nice big bar erasing 3 months of work by the bulls. So Um, that's what I would like to see. Um, and then probably a follow through with that big bar on the monthly chart. Let's go to Dow Jones here. Looks a little bit different. I mean, there was a drop. I mean, as you can see here, we formed a double top and we dropped. But now we formed a um, bottoming tail here, bounced off this support. So I would think we're going a little bit higher here. Probably re retest this tail here at roughly 38,600 or so. Let's take a look at the weekly chart, what it looks like here. Yeah, so that would put us right over here. Yeah, I can see a pullback to the upside and then just come right back down again. Um, and the monthly chart, same thing like the other two indices. And the Russell 2000, the daily chart. Um, so we came down, I mean, just like the other indices, and now we came down to the 200-day moving average, bounced off, formed a bottoming tail, and most likely we are going higher. We're going to see a pullback. So this is on a daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly here. So as you can see, the 50 acted as support. We bounced off, also the 200. So if we come back up, I want to say, well, 2000, the level 2000 is resistance. Okay, so we might come back to about 2000. Let me take a look at the daily here. 2000, yeah. Um, and then roll over to the downside. Let's take a look at the monthly here. So the monthly chart looks bearish with this candle. So these two moving averages will be acting as support. So 19,000 or so, 1890 or so will be, well, depends how hard we're going to come down the rest of the month, the week and a half or so. We might break through them. But these two green bars are pretty strong. So we're going to see a pullback definitely. Uh, unless we get some really bad news or, you know, the Middle East stuff going on. Let's go to crude oil, the daily chart. I mean, look at this. Look at this bar. The bulls came. We'll try to close above this big red bar, but then we just got slammed. So we formed a topping tail, but um, but the 50 is rising. The 200 is kind of flat, slightly rising. Let's take a look at the weekly here. So on a weekly chart, we formed, a lower high, and then we came down. So now we're sitting right at support here with this action, this price action. So, and uh, so I think what we might see is higher prices. Let's take a look at the monthly here for a second. Yeah, on the monthly chart, I like prices higher. But let me take a look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so this explains why it was formed. The tapping tail. I mean, the bulls just pushed the price and then just came right back down. So we're sitting right at 200-day moving average, but the 20 and the 50 is declining. So we didn't have any fall because this bar was erased, right? With these two bars, but then it failed to produce any follow through. Well, this bar, it did follow through, but then got rejected. So, um, um, I think we're going higher, but we also can see lower prices. Let me see here, the daily chart. Yeah, we might come down to the 50 again and just come right back down. Oh, come back up. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we might just come down again and then form another bottoming tail. And if we close above this red bar, we're gonna go higher. See the weekly and the monthly. Okay, we did that. Okay, let's go to gold. As you remember, I called for this big bullish move. I mean, you can go back 3, 5 weeks ago. That's exactly what I've been calling for. Gold and silver. But now we did form this topping tail. So it looks like we closed above this one red bar. So the top of this bar will be resistance. So we're probably going to go higher and retest this high on a daily chart. Let me take a look at the 4 hour here. Okay, so yeah, as you can see this big red bar? It tried to break above it, and then we got just slammed the following 4 hours. But there was no follow through. So and now we formed this green bar and little indecision bar here. So I think we're going to go higher because the averages are moving. They're rising, and we're above the 200-day moving average. So this is the daily chart, the weekly here, a little bit overextended, but we're probably going to retest this high and possibly hit 2500. That's what everybody's calling for. I mean, that's just, round number. That's what they're calling for. But and these two bullish bars, very strong move. So it will be very hard to come down. Let me erase them because this is just very bullish. So we might see a little pullback and then test the highs on gold. Silver, see the daily chart. Same thing as gold. Pretty much the same thing. See the topping tail. We try to go above it. It's like we're in a consolidation here. But we're probably gonna test this high of 30 bucks. That's what I called for. I mean, if you can go back and rewatch the videos, I called for 30 bucks. I mean, 29.90. I mean, this is so so we're probably gonna retest it, or if we really just take off really strong and break through and just let's take a look at the weekly here, because on the weekly we need to just break through this resistance really strong, otherwise it's just gonna pull back and maybe retest this um 2750 or so. um that's what I would like to see because I want to buy some more silver. um and on a monthly chart, so same thing. I mean, I like higher prices on a monthly chart because we are sitting right at here at resistance. We just need the continuation and just break through this resistance. And next target on the monthly will be 35.50 or so. 35 bucks. 35.50. 36. Okay. Let's just stick in the middle. 35.50. Um, that's what I think is going to happen in a month or two. Absolutely, it's possible. Let's go to Bitcoin. So I'm recording this video on Saturday. This is when the halving's supposed to happen, and the big news halving and nothing happens really, right? So, um, but as you can see, we did form a triple top, a high, a lower high, and then the same high, right? So double top and then triple top. So we might test this 20 or the 50 and come right down. But let's take a look at the weekly chart here. Um, yeah, I like lower prices on a on a weekly chart. So I think we're gonna hit. Well, we did hit 60,000, and we bounced off because of this support here. So that makes sense. Let me see the daily chart again. Yeah. So, and on a monthly chart, we did kind of erase this bar for a week and then pulled back. So we still have a week and a half to close this monthly bar. Let's go to dollar. Um, I mean, I was surprised to see this because it pretty much moved identical to gold and silver, which they usually move in the opposite directions. So this is out of ordinary. Um, but we are sitting right at resistance. So we might um, pull back and then hit the recent highs here. Let's take a look at the weekly here for a second. Yeah, so yeah, I like higher prices because this bar, this green bar, this previous month, it was formed right at the moving averages and it just took off higher. So now we just kind of paused and so 107 of course is resistance. Um, or we just might form the little bar here and then just roll over. And there's not going to be a lot of follow through with this green bar. This is on a weekly chart. So the monthly, we are sitting right at above the 20-day moving average. And of course, this bar, the 107 is resistance. So if we're going to go above it, we need to, the week and a half needs to be really strong and powerful. And then we'll probably see retesting the 112, 114 area on the monthly chart. And the bonds. Okay, so let's draw these lines again here because I think I drew them last time too. Where is it? So we have this channel, right? Um, so we kind of peaked below this channel and then got right in the channel. So now it looks like should be moving higher. Let's see uh, the weekly. So we did form a bottoming tail. So okay, I can see why it stopped right at 87.90 or so because of the top of this bar, which is bullish support. So I like higher prices on the bonds and the monthly. So what I would love to see is turn this red bar into a bottoming tail and form a little green on top also and break and close above this green. That would be ideal. And then that would tell me we're going a lot higher. So that would, me see here. So that would be roughly 90, let's call it $95. $95, that would be right at the moving average. Just, yeah, right at the moving average. So if we, um, that's what I would like to see. 95, that would put us right over here. 95, right at the resistance here, resistance point. So we have these three moving averages to fight because they are declining. So it's got to be really strong, powerful move. But that's it for this week. Like I said, go and review the previous videos. I called the top on March 8th. I think it was the 5 weeks ago. So go watch that video, and then the following videos, I just repeat the same thing. Just reminding you that I called for the top the previous week and so on. So please like this video, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, and give it a thumbs up. And share with anyone and everyone you might think might like and benefit from this content on my channel. Hit the bell notification icon because you might not get any notifications when my videos are up or if I go live. So thanks for watching. Welcome new subscribers. And we'll see you next week. Take care.